The Dictionary of Real Estate Appraisal, Chapter E continued, page 80. Number 2. An opinion offered by an appraiser based on the study of market parameters. Estoppel, a legal doctrine under which one is precluded or forbidden from denying his or her own act or deed. Estoppel certificate, a signed statement by a party such as a tenant or a mortgagee certifying for another's benefit that certain facts are correct, such as that a lease exists, that there are no defaults, and that rent is paid to a certain date. Blacks. In real estate, a buyer or rental property typically requests estoppel certificates from existing tenants, sometimes referred to as an estoppel letter. Euro, a composite unit of money that replaced the money of most European Union countries in 2002. Euro dollars, deposits denominated in US dollars that are held in banks outside of the United States and thus are not under the control of the Federal Reserve. The term Eurodollars refers to deposits in all foreign countries, not just in Europe. Evaluation permitted by the appraisal regulations of the Federal Financial Institutions Examination Council. Agencies for transactions that qualify for the appraisal threshold exemption, business loan exemption, or subsequent transaction exemption, interagency appraisal and evaluation guidelines. Eviction, a legal process used by a property owner to regain possession of a property through the removal of the occupant, usually a tenant. Exaction, a requirement imposed by a local government that a developer contribute to the community by providing an amenity, paying an impact fee, or making some other monetary contribution as a condition for the right to construct the development. Typically, extractions are road rights of way, parkland or cash in lieu of parkland dedication, school construction, provision of low and moderate income housing, and utility or drainage easements. These donations must be roughly proportional to the value of the governmental services that will be required for the new development. For example, a residential developer may be required to dedicate a park to serve the development's residents or to improve the roadway that provides access to the development. Examination of title, an opinion about the condition of the title to real estate based on a title search or abstract. See also title opinion. Exemption, in contracts, a clause in which the maker denies or negates something granted elsewhere in the contract. The exclusion of something from the effect or operation of the contract that would otherwise be included. Excess condemnation. The act by a condemnor of taking, by right of eminent domain, more property than is physically necessary for the public improvement. Excess development entitlements. Number 1, the rights granted to a developer by local government to create in the future a specified number of lots that far exceeds the current and future demand for housing. Number 2, an approved subdivision for which lots have been platted and recorded, but whose size far exceeds the current and future demand for housing. See also zombie subdivision. Excess income. See excess rent. Excess land. Land that is not needed to serve or support the existing use. The highest and best use of the excess land may or may not be the same as the highest and best use of the improved parcel. Excess land has the potential to be sold separately and is valued separately. See also surplus land. Page 81. Excess rent. The amount by which contract rent exceeds market rent at the time of the appraisal, created by a lease favorable to the landlord, lessor, and may reflect unusual management, unknowledgeable or unusually motivated parties, a lease execution in an earlier, stronger rental market, or an agreement of the parties. Exchange. The trading of one item for another. See also tax deferred exchange. Exchange value. See value in exchange. Exclusion. A specific condition listed in a contract as being not covered. Exclusive agency listing. A contract to sell property stating that only one agent has been hired to sell the property, but the seller may sell through his or her own efforts without paying a commission. Also, a property so listed. Exclusive right to sell listing. A contract to sell property stating that the agent or listing broker is entitled to the commission regardless of who sells the property, including the owner. Exclusive use clause. A provision that limits the landlord from leasing to any other tenants in the property or in a defined area who are conducting a similar business. most often in shopping center leases, also called an exclusivity clause. Exculpation. Generally, the act of freeing another party from blame. In leasing, exculpation usually refers to a limit on a landlord's potential liability to a tenant. See also exculpatory clause. Exculpatory clause. A provision in an agreement that limits the recourse of one party against the other party in the event of default. For example, a non-recourse mortgage limits recovery to the property itself, or a lease provision may invalidate all previous agreements other than those contained in the lease documents. Here is an example of excess land. In the picture, you can see on the corner of 5th Avenue and 16th Street, the house on the top is a big parcel, and the house is on the right side of the plot. Now, as you can see, the house next to it is of equal size as far as what is needed to sell that house. However, you have enough excess land on the left side facing 5th Avenue that you could even possibly build another house on, so you can sell that parcel. Look at the house on the left side of 5th Avenue. It's an exact size of a plot to build on. So it shows proof that you can sell that piece off as excess land and develop on it. Now, as far as surplus land, look at the parcel on the bottom side of 5th Avenue and 16th Street. The house is positioned smack dab in the center of the plot. So you don't have enough land that you can subdivide off and sell. So the whole land is surplus land, all that extra.